You don't need to be fantastic at maths in order to be a great programmer, but you will probably need to know something about radians in order to handle angles. So let's take a look at what radians are. So we think of degrees and radians both as measurements of angle. However, as we'll see, radians are a measurement of both angle and length. However, it's possible to translate between degrees and radians. A full circle is 360 degrees, but is also 2 pi radians. So let's take a look about where this comes from. To look at 1 radian, we first take a measurement of length, and it's radius. It's the measurement between the center of the circle and the edge of the circle. That's placed around the side of the circle, and then that angle, where you draw 2 lines from the center of the circle to the edge, is 1 radian. 1/2 of a circle in degrees would be represented by 180 degrees. 180 degrees seems quite arbitrary, and that's where radians come in useful. As you can see, there's just over 3 radians in that half circle, which is actually pi radians. So in a complete circle, which in the degrees world is 360 degrees, there are 2 pi radians, as you can imagine by flipping that half circle over. So radians are closely tied to pi, which is an irrational number, but is often available in programming languages. It can make your code more beautiful than using the rather arbitrary degrees, say 360 degrees for a whole circle. It can be easier to write 2 pi. For more complex calculations, the sine function is closely coupled with radians. And there's the other advantage. Since 1 radian is the angle that produces an arc length of 1 radius, the radian measure couples angle and length. So you might be able to find the speed of a vehicle in meters per second by the radius, which can be multiplied by the radians turned per second. It makes some calculations in programming just easier. It makes sense, generally, to use radians in your chosen programming language.